This is Doxy Mom, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done so already, I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that little red subscribe button. You can ring the bell for notifications, and if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up. Well, Miss Valentine and I, we're going to bring you the news in 15 minutes or less, but before we get started, I do just want to warn you that some of these things that we're going to talk about today are very disturbing and just kind of hard to hear, so just prepare yourself. Now, I'm sure you have all heard by now that Ghislaine Maxwell's documents, they have been unsealed, and it's not looking good for Mueller and Comey's FBI because they knew about these crimes for years. Now, the Gateway Pundit, they're reporting that a minor girl was trafficked to Ghislaine, Prince Andrew, and Alan Dershowitz, although he has denied these allegations. Now, a witness revealed that Bill Clinton was at Epstein's Pedo Island with Epstein, Ghislaine, and 2 young girls, even though a spokesperson came out and said that Bill Clinton is denying ever being on Epstein's Island. Okay, Bill, but you can deny it all you want, but the logs, well, those flight logs don't lie. Anyway, now the documents list other high-profile names that have been redacted. Now, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, she was forced to have sex with Alan Dershowitz, Prince Andrew, Glenn Dubin, Stephen Kaufman, Jean-Luc Brunel, Bill Richardson, and Marvin Minsky. Now, guys, I have talked about these people before. Many months ago, I reported about them. And that infamous picture of Prince Andrew with his arm around Virginia and Ghislaine in the background. Well, Robert Mueller and Jim Comey, they've had this picture for years. They knew everything. And they did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And all of these people, they need to go to jail. And guess what? They will. And I'll leave a link. Now, the New York Post, they're reporting that Epstein and Ghislaine used his private island to host constant orgies and once flew in European models to fulfill their sexual fetishes, according to an Epstein accuser in newly released court documents. Now, Virginia Giuffre, she detailed the sex-obsessed world of the pair in a 2016 deposition. Virginia testified that Ghislaine Maxwell had continuous sex with girls and women in front of her, some as young as 15 years old. Virginia was asked if she could name girls that she saw Ghislaine have sex with, and Virginia said this: "There's just a blur of so many girls. There were blondes, there were brunettes, there were redheads. They were beautiful girls. I would say ages ranged between 15 and 21. The island was a place where orgies were a constant thing that took place, and again, it's impossible to know how many," end quote. Guys, the testimony, it was released as part of a huge cache of documents that they were unsealed Thursday, and it was a settled suit that Virginia brought against Ghislaine. And we just need to pray for the victims. Of course, they're now adults, and just pray that justice is served, and pray that Ghislaine will find Jesus in prison. And I'll leave a link. Now, Right to Life, they're reporting that New Zealand could make the world's most extreme abortion law even worse. Back on March the 18th, 2020, New Zealand MPs voted to introduce the world's most severe abortion law. Abortions are allowed on demand for any reason up to birth. And the new law has legalized sex-selective abortion. Guys, this is just horrific. Now, many in New Zealand, they opposed this law, and it was passed through while politicians, the media, and the rest of the country was distracted by the coronavirus pandemic. Now, the new law they are now trying to pass would deny women practical and emotional support outside abortion clinics. It would ban volunteers from offering support, or people peacefully praying in the vicinity of the clinics. And anybody breaking the rules, well, they would be fined up to $1,000. Guys, I couldn't even finish reading this article because it was literally making me sick. To me, abortion is murder. And if you don't want your baby, just give it up for adoption. There are plenty of people who want to adopt children, and here's a little tip. If you don't want to get pregnant, ladies, then abstain from sex, or at least use birth control. But having an abortion or abortions should not be considered a form of birth control. And I'll leave a link. Now, the Bradford Files, they tweeted this out, some good news. Boom, the Supreme Court votes 5-4, allowing Pentagon funds for the building of Trump's border wall in tweet. So thank you, Jesus. This is wonderful. Ian Mills Chong, he tweeted this out, and this is horrible, y'all. Left-wing activists bring a stack of Bibles to burn in front of the federal courthouse in Portland. I mean, this is just evil. It's evil to the core, and these people are just filled with Satan's hate. Now, Bridget Gabriel tweeted this out. Democrats don't represent Americans anymore in tweet. And y'all, she's absolutely right. And our wonderful president, he tweeted this out. Pelosi and Schumer blocked desperately needed unemployment payments, which is so terrible, especially since they fully understand that it was not the workers' fault that they are unemployed. It's the fault of China, in tweet. Well, guys, I was afraid the Democrats were going to block this stimulus package. However, they're still working. They say we will get a check, at least $1,200, possibly even more. But we know the Democrats, they want to create as much chaos as possible. And I pray, and I honestly believe, guys, in my heart, that a year from now, a year from today, August 1st, 2021, President Trump will be in the White House as our president. He's going to be continuing to drain the swamp. The economy will be back up and booming. People will be back to work. And I'll be reporting on who's getting arrested this week. So don't worry, don't fear. God's got this, okay? Now, Cat Turd tweeted this out. Fully open up the USA in tweet, and I totally agree. If you're in the high-risk group, then get you some zinc and get on hydroxychloroquine. Guys, this is a virus. We can't hide from a virus. We must fight it and get people back to work and kids back to school and the economy going again. And I'll leave you with Proverbs 3, verse 25 that says, have no fear of sudden disaster or of the ruin that overtakes the wicked, for the Lord will be at your side and will keep your foot from being snared. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, this is Doxy Mom, and God bless you all.